You remember Inception always wore those glasses? Or, like, the shades?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, and then, like, last year, the guy's been playing the game for, like, 10 years. He discovered that there's a setting in the game that you can turn down brightness.
I don't know how, so I just use the snipping tool. I snip it. I snip it.
You're like one step away from taking a picture of it on your phone and then like sending it.
How have you gotten this far? That's the most craziest part. Stallion is crushing. This is the crowd. This is the crowd in the newest.
Snack the totem or something like Nazi zombie style.
Look at this.
Bro.
You're listening to Board with Nelly.
Boys, we are live. I'm joined with the two most decorated guests, believe it or not. Congratulations to both of you for such a privilege. I don't have a plaque yet, but one day when I do, I will give you both a plaque. You're like my Joey Diaz and like, I don't know who else is on, like fucking, who's the first guy on the Joe Rogan podcast he did? Brian fucking Red Band.
Yeah. You
guys, the original. Yeah. How are we doing, boys?
Good, man. Yeah, good. I mean, now the pod started, we can stop arguing about wages and stuff. Nelly doesn't pay us enough to be on here, but I don't want to bring it up live, so we'll move on.
We'll move on. Yeah, that's fair. Let's not talk about that. Stallion, tell me about life in Italy. How's the pizza? What's going on there?
Oh, it's
The pizza's phenomenal, dude. Life's great. Finally, today I think was the first day in weeks that it wasn't 28 degrees, so hallelujah, dude.
28 in October. What?
Wow.
I can't. I mean, 28 it was like 25s. No, I can't deal with the hot. I needed cold, especially in my room when I'm like working. I got PlayStations on, computers on. I'm sweating balls. It's time. It's time to be cold again.
Meanwhile, JCC is in England and he's got to take fucking Noah's Ark to get across town probably because it's raining so much.
There was a tweet that went around recently and it was like, fall in London, like as in autumn in London, and it had like the sort of hazily looking skies and all this sort of stuff, like the brown leaves on the floor and the red buses, and then everyone in London was like quote tweeting it with like actual London, and it was like a pigeon's head missing and like rain everywhere and all this stuff. It's like, this is what happens. This is reality when you're not trying to get people to come over for tourism.
Yeah,
the weather's not great.
Well, I know where I'm staying when I go to London, so it's going to be at your place next to that Ronaldo poster. Or that
would be your bed. Actually, can I show you this? Oh, there's no naked women on there today. Yeah, that's...
Are we bunking together or what?
Well,
okay,
that would be telling. That would be telling.
That would be an exclusive right there for the Board with Nelly podcast.
I just wonder, what if you sleep in and I'm trying to record videos? Like, I'm just here like, what's going on, guys? JCC here. And you're like, can you keep it down?
Dude, I'm a YouTuber as well, no offense, so I think I'd adapt, alright? I'd come in with a quirky joke like fucking David Dobrik's house or something. Yeah. That was crazy, JCC, oh my god. Do you always do that?
Very good.
Boys, how's FIFA? How's life? How's the new release?
No, Stallion can handle that. He's the man for that.
I mean, it's funny because JCC and I, like, we both play FIFA, but we're different, maybe, I don't know, universes or countries. I don't know. It's like if the world of FIFA, we're definitely in different countries at least, because I'm playing the gambling machine of foot, and then JCC's playing pro clubs. But I was dying. I saw JCC. I happened to go on a stream once, and I just see him pop on sunglasses because his screen is just brightening to the point where it's like blinding. And I was like, what am I watching right now? Why has he got glasses? I mean, bugs are aplenty as usual, and there's just so much. To be fair, in my realm, people are loving it. So I feel like I'm a bit in the minority right now, but I think a lot of people are loving it. And that was my prediction, to be fair, at the start. I thought
that's always the prediction.
A lot of people would love foot.
Yeah.
No, but this year specifically, I personally didn't like it so much to the point that people will love this because it was like PES level gameplay on foot. So I was like, I think a lot of the realism boys are going to come out swinging, saying they love this game.
Before we jump into that, I kind of have to remind myself. Do you remember Inception always wore those glasses? Or like the shades?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, and then like last year, the guy's been playing the game for like 10 years. He discovered that there's a setting in the game that you can turn down brightness. And I remember, I don't know if it was a video or a stream, I watched his reaction. It was just hilarious. He's like, oh, wait a minute. My life is a lie. I don't have to wear these glasses. And then I don't think he wore them again.
I didn't even know.
So JC, if you don't know, there is a brightness setting apparently that you can tweak in.
No. This ain't a brightness issue. You can load into the Brentford Stadium on Pro Clubs, and like an Elgato ring light or something along those lines. Imagine having like 12 of them right on your face, full lit. Like I was sat there on stream, Stallion said he's seen it, and I was just like, oh my god! Like it like hurt my eyes. It was like midnight or something, or like late. It was late, and yeah. So yeah, that's a bug that exists, but yeah, Pro Clubs ain't that great, to be honest. I'm not into it. There's too many bugs. There's too many problems with it, but if it gets fixed, maybe it'll be all right.
Wasn't this the year that, they looked like they were actually making some adjustments to Pro Clubs? Or because
Yeah.
I'm so out of the loop with FIFA. I'm in the loop because I watch Stallions videos and I watch JC videos. That's about it. So I have a very distorted view of what the FIFA community / scene is at the moment.
Yeah, they made a few changes. They improved some stuff. They changed the leveling system. They definitely made more changes in this FIFA than they did in the last like 2 or 3 for Pro Clubs. But we're all pretty optimistic. They were speaking about going forwards. They want to make more changes to clubs, and they did like for the first ever time a Pro Clubs trailer, and they had like an interview with a Pro Clubs game developer who exists. I didn't know he existed, but he exists. Big Delaney. So Delaney Leverdale, shout out.
That dude was in a dungeon or something. They took him out of that dungeon. Like, hey, all right, let's show you to the public. It's time.
I think there was a guy stood just out of frame with a gun like that. Yeah. Just like, tell him you like clubs. Just it would get them off our back. So they're like, I really like Pro Clubs. I work on it. Yeah, no, but it's okay, man. Like it is what it is. It's a bit of a glitchy launch, but we'll see after the first patch or maybe second what it's like.
Yeah,
properly.
Stallion, I wanted to ask you something because you recently had your most disliked video. I'm an avid fan of your videos, and I remember distinctively because I have that little app on the browser that shows you like if it's red, it's like it means it's negative, or it's like below 70%. I think is red, like there's a little percentage. And I saw the PlayStation 5 video had a little red thing. I'm like, oh wow, this is rare. I've never seen this on a Stallion video.
Yeah. I actually noticed it just before I came on. Like a few hours ago, I was looking at my videos, and it dropped down. It was like 99%, 98, 99. And then I see one, I was like, oh, 68%. Oh, that video. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's nothing personal, really. It's just people are angry, man, because they spent 400 euros on a PS5, and the game's worse on PS5. Yeah. It's just on FIFA Ultimate Team. It is what it is. And slowly, okay, now it's been a week. Now I'm getting a lot of comments, dude. I can't believe it. You were right. I can't turn. I'm just not like, and at the end of the day, I wasn't even saying don't play. I was like, this is just not for me. Like that video was like, I'm playing that. You can play this if you want. I want to play the PS5 version, but I can't do it. And they were so upset.
So upset.
It's like, it's so funny to me because how can you be so, like, who are you? Are you an EA employee? Do you have stock in FIFA Ultimate Team? Do you own Sony? Are you mad that the PS5 is not being used to its potential? None of the above. Like these people, they have zero interest in this stuff. So it literally impacts their life to no degree if I don't like the PS5 version. But it's like they take it personal for some reason that I'm like, I'm just going to play old gen because I can actually have fun there. And so they're just mad. They're just mad that, but you know how it is with the YouTube comments.
Of course.
Like, they're weird as hell. They're such weirdos. They're very strange people. So basically, in a nutshell, they're just mad that I don't like PS5, man. But
you were right as well. I remember my boys I play clubs with. Some of them are foot guys. They're verified. They're good players. And they were like talking about, they were like Stallion's vid, like this vid. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go try it. And then my boy Billy texted me afterwards, like maybe a day later, and he was like, "Well, he's right." He was like, I went and played, and he's got his Ultimate Team all on the PS4 instead of the PS5. He said clubs is kind of the same, not too much different, but the Ultimate Team feels so weird.
Yeah, because clubs is like, it's a lot more, it's going to be more manual, obviously. The PS5 version, the two biggest differences is number one, you can't turn like at all on Ultimate Team. And number two, which is specifically why clubs would be less different, the AI on next gen is outrageous. Like they do everything for you. Everyone's got 50 people in the box. They cover every space, every match, no matter what your tactics are. You're playing. Who plays like what everyone says Mourinho teams plays like 10 times worse. That's what you're playing every game. It's like, dude, I can't. And then you go on PS4 and you score so much. You also concede more because there's no these new hyper motion technology making your defense do everything really.
What's the
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Nelly, go on.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what's the process for those who haven't seen the video and for your style of content? Like, how do you find that? How do you become like? How are you one of the first people to go? Hang on, you can't turn here, and then go and compare it. Is it just? Are you just good at that stuff? Like, do you just have a more focused eye? Because, like, you know, someone like me, genuinely, Stallion, I'd sit there and go, "Oh, this game's shit." That's it, and I wouldn't know what it is. I'd just be like, "Something about it, shit." I don't know what it. But you can literally pinpoint exactly the things. Like, what's the process behind that?
Well, yeah, I mean, like a lot of my videos that helped me blow up were videos like that were posted just for the sake of getting that shit to the devs and be like, please fucking fix it, right? Now, because that helped me, I'm lucky and then I can experiment with other types of content that I would have never had the chance to make if you don't initially have that blow up, right? The reason I can do it is just because, I don't know, I think it's one of that, like I overthink a lot of things in general. I think Nelly knows that too, because we speak a lot outside. And so I guess in a way, it ended up giving me an opportunity in content creation. It's like when I was tryharding FIFA, when I first met Nelly, like in FIFA 17, I would like sit there and look at my gameplay, and then FIFA 18 came out, and then that was like, I noticed,
obsessed.
What the hell is going on? I was like, what is this game? And then eventually you just pick it up. Like, I just see, okay, this. Now, I only tried the PS4 version out of a whim, because I'm telling you right now, after I played the PS5, I was done. I was like, my video's ready. I'm not making content for a year. We're leaving. My friend was like, try the PS4 version and then make it. And then I tried the PS4 and I was like, okay, we have a lifeline here. And then I made the video.
It's that bad.
No, I wasn't playing. It was over. I was like, it's not worth it. It's not over. So yeah, it's just how we, you consume the content. Like I just like to overthink things, like look at things. Why am I losing? Why am I winning? And then it leads to whatever the videos are.
Yeah, I guess people might be wondering what this pod would even be about specifically, because I'm not playing that much FIFA. I played 2 games, and I'm like, all right, that's enough for me this year. I think the next year has to be down to 1, and then the one after that 0. And I officially am down to no games of FIFA. I think it was more of a pod to just, for you boys to vent a little bit, for us to talk about video processes, the plans for the future. I don't know, maybe bigger picture stuff. To me, it's funny that Stallion's video gets, bombed almost to whatever 50-50 ratio, when it's like, when was the last time Stallion had something wrong? Like, when was the last time Stallion produced something? So like, it's funny how quickly these random, this is not even his fan base, these are random people from the algorithm, sure, like a lot of these people are going to be gone within a month. I don't think any of these people are actually going to be playing FIFA throughout the year. I think these people that were, buying the game originally, went online, were looking for validation for their own opinions, found someone that didn't agree with them, they're like, oh my god, this is the most wrong thing ever. But I guarantee you, 90% of those people are not sticking around for more than a month. And I think that's like a lot of the time, that's like every FIFA.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, at the end of the day, I mean, I've seen videos of JCCs like making videos about topics which are for the good of people. Like, you can't really debate it. And when even those videos get weirdos, like at that point, it's going to come no matter what you make. So you got to be like, whatever. Because like, there's literally people telling me, this is the video that made me want to get next gen. Thank you. And they're like saying it to piss me off. And I'm like, dude, I don't care.
What kind of flex is that? It's like, this is the video that made me want to go into a prison. I'm like, all right, like go into the prison. Like, I don't, why is that going to affect me?
Like Stallions there banging on the desk. Like, oh no,
not another one.
$700 for a new console. Like, oh no, your money.
So dumb.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's like a lot of like 12-year-olds. So, Joe, what's JCC's equivalent? What's the equivalent for you, JCC, of that kind of shit?
I get so much stuff like that. I mean, like Stallion said, when I've made like videos, the occasional video on sort of the darker side of FIFA and the people who have struggled with addiction, and I've done videos of people who have struggled with suicide and attempted suicide, you'll still get people being like, It's like anything in life, really. Though you still get a real minority of people who will come in and go, "Oh, well, just don't give don't it's bad parenting because the kids are getting the cards," or just don't. It's like going to an alcoholic and being like, "Don't drink," or something like that. They'll be, I will lay out a story of a middle-aged guy with 2 kids and a wife who lost his mum or dad or something and is in a sort of state of depression without realizing it, and is coming home from a 9 to 5 that they hate. Effectively going through like a midlife crisis, and they're using FIFA as an outlet to spend and gamble, and they're watching content of other people doing it, and I'll lay this out in a much better way than I have here in a big video, and someone will just be like, "You just don't spend money, if you just don't gamble," and it's like
high IQ only. In this
it's like there's a backstory to stuff like that. It's the same, it's so I guess when I make those type of videos, I deal with that a lot, and it. I guess it used to frustrate me, but genuinely, it's like water off a duck's back. I just see that now, and I'm like, well, you're a very closed-minded person. What can I say? Like,
yeah, I wasn't gonna change your mind regardless of anything I presented here today. You were going into a closed-minded, and you're gonna leave closed-minded. Yeah.
Or a lot of people, when I make those type of videos, last thing, they'll be like, "Yeah, you just suck at the game." I'm like, I haven't played on my team in like 5 years. Yeah, I probably do. But like, it would be about some really heartfelt thing, and someone would be like, "Yeah, it's because you're crap," and I'll be like, "Yeah, that's why I made this video. That's why. Yeah."
It doesn't make sense to me why, like, because these are people that are defending something that if they didn't defend it, like, they gain nothing from playing devil's advocate there. That's my point. You know what I mean? You literally gain nothing. You're not making money from those FIFA points. What are you doing? It's strange to me. It's strange to me. But JCC has a lot of experience, so he's definitely used to it. I'm starting to get more used to it. I think anyone who goes into content creation in any way, if they ever do get lucky to get some sort of views, that I think that everyone goes through the initial stage of being surprised at how stupid some people are. But that's it.
It's human nature.
100%. I mean, you've got to think. One of the things I get all the time on my live streams is when you play pro clubs, it's the game mode in FIFA where you only have to control like you one player each, and sometimes you can have a filter on which is any. So like if us three are playing clubs, Nelly, you might jump into the any slot and you'll play controlling the other. Okay, let's try some maths here. 8 or 9 players, whatever it is, and then me and Stallion would be up front, and you can put a filter on in the pre-game search so that you only ever match a team that's doing the same, because some people like to use the computer and some people like to use the... I get like 50 comments a live stream, people coming in like, "Oh, any, this, that, and the other. Like, I hate matching." I'm like, there is literally been a filter. It's on the search. It's kind of like what you were saying about Inception with the glasses. It's like, it's been there since 2012. Like, and I'm not saying like with Inception, that's much less...
Right.
Like people come in and genuinely attack me over this, and they're like, "Oh, you're playing any," and I'm like, "Bro, it's a giant button that says on or off right there. It's been there for so long," and people cut. Yeah, so it's funny. You just have to laugh, really.
That's a wild niche there. I had no idea that was a thing that people hated on any or no any. That's crazy.
It's like the biggest drama in the club's world. That's about as exciting as it gets over here.
On the upside, if you guys haven't checked, the FIFA 22 Metacritic is still getting bombed, believe it or not, by users, which is kind of surprising to me, which I think from maybe Stallion view of the community Twitter, his comments, you would think the otherwise, right? You would think like people are actually enjoying it a bit more, or no?
I just, who does these critics? Because like, I don't know, man. I've never sat there and given a review on a game, right? If I have the option.
You make videos.
I know I make videos, but like, where are these reviews coming from? I don't understand.
Just random people.
Plus, aren't those bombed every year, anyways? Like,
well, yeah, usually like pretty obvious like reasons. I think last year the game was a really buggy mess. Last year was a really like a disastrous year, and I think before that it was like a broken. I don't know. There was something broken. Let's say low driven was broken, or goalies were broken, and that brings up. Oh, actually, a couple years ago, remember when they literally released career mode broken? You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Like, that was a great reason to bomb it. Like, of course. That was like, I think that was the year they got like 1 out of 10. But this time it's like, I don't know, from the outside looking in, I don't see like, from your videos, that everyone is absolutely hating the game. I think everyone's still kind of giving it, like, they're in this honeymoon phase, right? Like, when you get a new manager, you think, oh, it's going to be better. You maybe win a few games in Division 10. You think you're going to be a special little snowflake, and then you start climbing that ladder, you start getting a little bit better, you start seeing it get sweaty, and then you start dropping games of bullshit, and then, oh, wait a minute, it was there the whole time, it was a facade, and the game's still shit.
That's the thing. People are always like, "Yeah, I'm loving it. I've won my first 3 games." I'm like, "That's where you make your mistake. You're basing it off
Yeah.
your wins." But I
Yeah.
wanted to ask JCC something actually, because I was curious, right? Because obviously JCC makes content around pro clubs primarily, which it's incredible to me. Like it's insane how much creativity you can get, because with FIFA Ultimate Team you have just free content with anything you can make. But like, what's the process in terms of planning out a full 12 months of content over something which is literally begging, like whatever VFL and people do by themselves, it should be built in the game, you know what I mean? Like something like that, tournaments, all that stuff. How do you make content for a year?
Yeah, no, it is weird, and it is difficult, and to be honest, this year there's been some changes, but the hardest thing about making pro clubs content is you can't do it alone. So like, I have a lot of people I play pro clubs with, whether it's some pro players or it's some friends or it's other YouTubers. But there'll be times where it's like, like if you want to stream tonight and you're streaming foot, you can jump on and stream foot. And I get asked all the time for a stream schedule. I cannot create a stream schedule because, say I've got 7 or 8 people I play clubs with, not together, but maybe 3 of us play, and then they're not always free. And now we're all in our 20s, mid-20s sort of thing. People have jobs. So like, that's probably the biggest challenge you face when you're creating content on a multiplayer only game. Like, I cannot go and stream drop-ins for an hour. I'd probably blow my brains out. So
Yeah.
that's drop-ins is where you play pro clubs, but literally on your own. It's just no one wants to see that. So I do enjoy the creative side of it, coming up with different video ideas and challenges to keep the game fresh. I mean, we've done all sorts of things. We've done things like 4 corner challenge. So we'll take 4 of us.
Oh, I remember this.
And how do we even do this? Like, I was watching a Warzone video where they do like the 4 corner of the map challenge, where the 4 players drop out the plane and then they have to win the game and they're all separate. And I was like, how can I incorporate that into a video? And we literally did it where we had to like run. So the goalkeeper has it, rolls it out to me. I ran the whole length of the pitch. I have to skill pass their whole team, get to the other corner, and then I can pass to Nelly. Nelly runs in, and he has to run all the way across. Then we have to run all the way back, and then we basically have to unlock players and score. And we did it for a video, and like, it did well, and people loved it. So I enjoy the creativity of it, because one part of me is envious when I look at Ultimate Team guys and they can just wait for a Thursday and it's literally just like copy and paste, like 20 of them do the same thing, and they can review a card and but at the same time, like, I do get quite a lot out of knowing, like, okay, I created that video, it could do shit, and then if it does well and people like it and they say, nice things about it and being creative, that's what I enjoy about it. But in terms of answering your original question, planning content it's basically impossible. I sort of just get on with the cards I'm dealt. If you guys are like, tonight, do you want to play some pro clubs? I'll be like, I've got a stream.
Yeah.
Let's go play some pro
I'm
clubs.
working tonight. It's like picking up a late bar shift or something,
It is, yeah. It's sort of like you're on overtime all the time. I think streaming's the hardest thing. And also you got to be careful not to badger your friends, because ultimately the people I play clubs with are friends. I make money from these videos. I don't want to be there every night being like, do you want to play? Do you want to play?
Milking that cow, yeah.
Yeah, like, so sometimes I'll be like, oh, okay, I've asked this guy 2 nights in a row. I need to just wait for him to message me. And then and even though we're all mates and like they get it, I don't want to be that guy who's like forcing people to come on. I know Real Madrid are playing Bayern in the Champions League semi-final, but you really want to be on Pro Clubs right now with me.
You want to play your 1,000th match of Pro Clubs with me?
Yeah. No, I mean, it would be great if they added some additions to the game and gave me content. I mean, if there was like anything like battle passes or weekend leagues or something that I could. But I mean, VFL and VPG are great. There's external leads, but apart from that, it is sort of just wing it.
Yeah, you have a much longer tolerance for this. Like, you've been doing this for much longer than when I had an idea to make original FIFA content. I don't know if Stallion remembers these days, but I did the stupidest shit. Like, I would like put my hands in. Like, these were videos, by the way, mind you, no one on this planet watched. Sometimes I would have trouble watching because they were so bad. But I would like put my hands in like an ice bucket for like 30 seconds and then I have to try to play the game like with frozen hands. I think Danny ended up doing a bunch of these videos eventually and they crushed, but like I did them and they were so horrendous. Like it was when I was first making videos, I had no like personality on screen, whatever you want to call it. It was just horrendous. But I got bored of the game within, let's say, a year and a half of like content creation, and that's when I started having to do these outrageous things. Just to make it interesting. I'd play with my feet or sometimes like I'd do all kinds of weird shit. It was alright.
those
You were the
yeah.
original you were the original challenge guy. I remember you used to do all kinds of things. Did you
Yeah.
also do the keeper only team and you won? Or did you
Yeah.
play with your feet too? I can't remember some crazy
I won
stuff.
DKT with a keeper only team. Yeah,
You should have patented these. You should have
I
patented them all.
fucking should have. I think I remember
Every
Harry.
single one.
Harry did a whole weekend league of only goalies one time, and I remember the video got like 500,000 views. I'm like, well, that one sucks.
Yeah.
You need that initial like audience.
Yeah,
which
of course.
We're trying to build.
Yeah, I'm in a weird spot.
The edit and stuff. The edit is so
Everything.
important in that, and
Yeah.
you know, it has to all come together.
And
You
I
can
have
have the best
no
idea in the
skills.
world, but if you don't execute it well, like on YouTube, someone else will do it better. And then
So spot
so-
on. The idea is
Yeah.
not enough. You need the experience, the skill, the knowledge of YouTube, the knowledge of editing.
Do you know the biggest thing I learned about a year ago, maybe in doing what I do? I was speaking to somebody, giving me advice. YouTube, I can't remember who it was. Much bigger YouTuber than me, and he was like, This guy said he comes up with the thumbnail and the title before the video. Like, I know that sounds really stupid because, like, you might know, like, you know, that might tell the whole story, but literally, the first steps will be him sit there. It won't be thinking of video ideas for FIFA. It will be the title and thumbnail, and then whatever that is in there, he'll mold it around that. Whereas I used to do it the other way, and the amount of times I've produced a video, which I've had some videos that do really well, and then I think they're average, and I've had videos that I'm like, that is such a good video, and you put it out and it just flops, and you're like, I know my content, I'm not always going to be right, but it happens a lot, and you're like, thumbnail, title, that's the most important thing, really, how you bring people in.
Right. Stallion is literally the weird anomaly here because the man is still not using Photoshop. The guy's using Paint, and he still somehow gets... Yeah, bro, stop that. He's still using Paint
Let
and
me
shit.
I'll tell JCC how I make my thumbnails. He's gonna cringe so hard. So basically, I have Premiere Pro open, right? And once I'm done with the video, I'm like, fuck the thumbnail, man. Okay, I don't have Photoshop or anything like that. So what do? I take a moment in the video and then I just do a freeze frame. Okay, so that's the background. I do some weird coloring shit. I add some text. I have some like pictures of me, like with no background. I'll add it in there. I don't know, randomly do stuff. And then, so I got this freeze frame on Premiere Pro. And I'm like, damn, how do you export a picture on Premiere Pro? And I don't know how. So I just use the snipping tool. I snip it. I snip it.
You're like one step away from taking a picture of it on your phone and then like sending it.
How have you gotten this far? That's the most craziest part. Stallion is crushing.
That's his niche. Like I see a Stallion thumbnail, I know it's a Stallion thumbnail. I reckon like you could definitely improve, but like if you start going down the route of like, you know, banging Photoshop like the other YouTubers, mate, don't do it. You know, it works for you. I know that's a Stallion video. That works.
The thing is, it's just like, because I know, like, for example, one of my favorite foot YouTubers is called McGel, and his thumbnails are just like a black background, like nothing, and then he'll just put a foot card extremely wide, like a meme, and that's it. Or maybe like a sad picture. Yeah,
Oh,
McGel,
yeah.
he just makes comedy videos. His thumbnails are hilarious, but they're McGel thumbnails. For me, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I think with foot, within the niche of foot, thumbnails, 99% of them are the same. Like they all hire the same guy, super flashy, golden. I'm like, dude, I can't be asked, man.
I hate them. I don't hate that. Every time I see that, I'm like, that could be one of 25, and it's always the exact same. And I know, like, one of my graphics designer who I work with works for like 5 or 6 of them, and oh my god, he will tell you himself if I get him on here how easy that job is. Like someone will come for it, like he has like 4 or 5 to do on every like Thursday or something. It's literally like he was like, do you want to see it once? And he popped open like screen share Photoshop. Literally it's like a template where he just goes like hide, show, like put some coins there, and he's like, that's it, done for X YouTuber. And I'm
$100
like,
$100 done.
It's like that quick. It's like that quick. Like
I'm guarantee you those are like 20 quid each.
Well, mate, I don't know how much he charges them, but it's, you know what I mean? It's like, he just says, and they're all the same, but they don't care because they're making the money off the videos anyway. But yeah, it's like so easy. Whereas, yeah, I'm looking at this McGel guy and they're banging. Like, it's different, isn't it? Like, you look at that channel and you're like, it makes me want to click through it.
Thanks for the Fiverr idea.
I don't like foot, but like, if I look at, you know, other foot YouTubers who won't be named for legal reasons, it just makes me want to like throw up. It's just the same thing. It's just like,
Yeah,
I don't even
thanks.
know how you differentiate between each one. Like they're all the same.
You know I'm setting up a Fiverr fucking shop right after this pod because that's fucking. I like easy money as much as the next guy.
Yeah, you could do it, man. It's easy.
It's not hard.
Honest.
I remember for Stallion, he had a video a couple weeks ago, and literally it was the most tragic thumbnail I've ever seen. And all I did was
That's my most hated video. You put a PS5. I was like, yo, can I use that thumbnail?
All I did was I took a picture of a PS5 with no background. I put it in the image he already made. He had his stupid little face going like this. And then I added a gloss effect to the PS5 to make it like pop. And then I put an X over the PS5. And he's like, damn, bro, can I use that?
Got me my most hated video ever.
I'm responsible for the thumbnail of your most hated video. That's pretty epic, actually.
Mate, I'm looking through though, but this is your thing, bro. You start changing it. Your regular audience will be like, "Oh, I don't get what's this." And also, people like that. Again, another bit of advice I have from a YouTuber: like sometimes you don't have to go for the real flashy. People like the low budget look. Like for some reason, it just always does. There's big YouTubers. I'll try and think of their names who do this. Who does this?
You know what it is? It's all about like catching the eye, because even if a bad design, if it stands out, it's irrelevant. That's the most important thing I realize. I think if it stands out, that's what matters the most. Because there's when you go on your like YouTube now, everyone has like 50 channels they're subscribed to. You know, they're really looking for a clever title. That's why I think that's what Stallion really does well. I think that's why he gets a lot of clicks. He's really clever with the titles, deceptively. As bad as I think he makes up for his poor Photoshop skills with a really good like random. Like I'm like, dude, I don't even watch FIFA, and like I'm fucking clicking that. Like that's the first video I'm watching. Like you bastard, you know what you did there.
Dude, honestly, what I do is I try, because I used to watch FIFA videos, right? And my favorite creators of all time in FIFA were ones that I was personally invested in. So I don't bank on the thumbnail or title. I just want people to be invested in watching me document my journey in the year. You know, that's it. And if that works, that works. If it doesn't, fuck it, dude. Like I see a lot better content than mine with better thumbnails. You know, the typical and edited to the insane degree, but you need to get people invested in you first, or else you'll never have the views, no matter how well edited it is. Like in foot specifically, if in my opinion.
I think someone left a comment on your video, and it was like, the best comment I give you is that you're similar to Air Japes. And that's what Air Japes
but everyone who starts in RTG gets that. Damn, reminds me of Path to Power. But
you know what it is? It's not Air Japes' videos were nothing like special in a sense of it. They were just like really like they were invested in him, right? Like that's why even if you wanted to return today, he could still make fucking bank playing a game. You know,
people want him.
Yes,
do that. They don't want to see someone else do it. They want to see him do the RTG.
Boys, have you played great topic switch here by your host. Have you played PES?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I seen the damage on social media.
So yesterday I had Bilal. He's a PES guy. He's actually really clever. He started streaming where he pretends to be the manager, and he played old PESs, and he would create like a story around everything, and he would do like the voices, and it's really clever. But I showed him, and I want to show you guys as well. I've made a little collection of some of my favorite things I've seen about PES, and I was hoping to share with you guys because you both have not seen PES. So I think you'll enjoy this quite a bit. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy this quite a bit. Let me see where I put it.
Is this still called PES? I thought it was called eFootball or something.
eFootball.
Yeah, it's eFootball.
Right.
It's free to play.
I'll always call it PES though.
It'll always be PES in my heart. But actually, I'm happy. I'm happy they changed it because, like, let's be honest. It shouldn't be associated with PES. This abomination that they created.
What was the PES that was quality? Was it like 2007 or something? Which one was it?
PES 6 was great.
6, yeah.
6. I'm just looking up now. I'll know from the cover. Yeah, with John Terry on it. Is that John Terry? Yeah.
Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see me and my screen? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So this was
What's that?
Yeah, this was what was promised. This was the bail that they, set out to make. This was when they unleashed the new Unreal Engine. Like, oh, this is what the bail is going to look like.
Right.
All right. Oh, yeah, sorry. This is out of context. No, this is out of context. I forgot. I honestly forgot. I forgot what this picture was supposed to be. I think someone said like this guy is Salah on PES on eFootball.
Yeah, probably.
Then there's some memes. with the Cyberpunk, obviously, with Neymar. That's pretty good. This was the first start of like the bugs. Ruben Diaz with his neck broken.
Nah, he's just a good defender, mate. Just gets himself in the way.
Yeah, gets his neck in the way. So someone said this is eFootball 2022.
Sorry, who's the Barca bloke?
Dude, we don't know. I have no idea who that's supposed to be.
PK?
Aguero, no? Because the hair that might be Aguero, yeah.
Like the rest
I couldn't
of them
figure this out. We couldn't figure this out yesterday. We were trying to figure it out. Isn't there like a young guy, Arthur or something? I don't know.
I think Aguero. I think it's Aguero.
This is supposed to be Aguero.
I think it's Aguero, but it could be PK. It could be Aguero. It could be Arthur.
Yeah.
Who knows?
These are great.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
This is the crowd. This is the crowd in the newest...
Snack the totem or something like Nazi zombie style.
Look at this.
Bro.
This is like a zombie video game. Like, what is this?
It looks like me on a
black
Sunday
and white,
morning.
the PC game.
You know, actually, while I'm here, I did want to look up crowd in PES 2006.
That's terrible.
Just to see what it looks like, you know? Like, is there a... I mean, it looks better. It legitimately looks better. I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, they have, like... It's 2D, obviously, but you guys can't see it, I don't think. But, I don't know, when people watch this video, they'll see it. It literally looks way better. It looks...
Yeah.
Anyways. Zoomed in. It's actually the lowest rated game on Steam. I don't know if this is all time or this year. Beats out Flat Out 3, Chaos and Destruction, Uriel's Chasm, Command and Conquer 4, Jeez. Connect Void, and it's not even close. Like, this is below 1. All these games are above 1.
Yeah.
So that's an accomplishment within itself, I think. That's like... This one doesn't look bad. This is Mbappe, but like this kind of looks like, you know, 2005 game. Like that's not that bad.
Yeah. Oh no.
So someone took the Messi against Man City and added the Messi from the game.
That's so good.
So good. This one's fantastic. Look at that. I mean.
It just looks like 2000. Like it looks like I'm playing PSP, like World Soccer Stars football from like 2011.
Yeah, but at least those games were like good for their time.
Wait, what's happened though? Because the last PES wasn't this bad. They just.
We were trying to talk about this yesterday. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, but I would guess Konami just kept being the scums that they are. Took away funds.
Oh wow!
That reminds me. That's like what FIFA was that, Stallion, where that stuff used to happen, like, you know, on launch? I feel like it was like FIFA 14 or something. These sort of weird things would you don't really get those bugs that much anymore.
No, you get like weird ones now where people start flying and stuff.
Jump up, yeah, and then drop.
Yeah, no body distortions as much.
Is that Sterling? He has always had a weird run. Is that him?
That Naruto run?
Yeah.
Is it Sterling? I can't tell.
That's great.
Amazing.
So you know how we had a community manager? We used to have a great community manager. They have a fantastic one as well, who was very confident that the product will do the talking when it launches. He wrote this exactly a month ago from when we're recording this, and he was very optimistic about the game that he was about to produce, and then that abomination came out.
Oh, bless him.
Someone said this was eFootball 2020. Okay, someone said this was Pogba in the new Konami game. This is what was promised. If you guys remember that trailer with the Unreal Engine,
yeah.
And then this is what.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
So that's why this photo. Yeah.
It's. I can't believe they released it.
Oh no.
That's awful.
I saw this like 5 times and it's still funny. It's still good.
Surely that's been photoshopped or something. Like no way.
No, this is real life. This is absolutely real life.
What happened there?
I like how it didn't even render like his like. Look at that. It didn't even render his like body.
They've run out of money or something. Surely.
This was a very FIFA-esque glitch. I'm sure Stallion has seen this 1,000 times in FIFA, where the goalie just ignores the ball.
Just ignores the ball, yeah.
Oh, this happened all the time last year.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic. These are
God.
Looks
these are
polished.
absolutely. Oh, this was a good one too. This was where everyone just starts ice skating. Oh, good times.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Thanks for presenting that to me. I will probably not be picking it up.
Oh, well, fuck.
I mean, I have to give it a go now. It looks funny.
It's free, so it's not like,
The thing is, I don't think they were going for funny, but they've definitely created funny.
Oh, you know what the craziest part is? I downloaded this game yesterday or 2 days ago, and it had nothing. It had nothing. It has a loading screen for an exhibition online mode, and then it has another one for like a mini tournament. It's not even a tournament. You play 2 games, 2 exhibition games, and that's the tournament. And then when you're entering online, it literally tells you before the screen, oh, we're experiencing some issues. We'll get to those issues right away. I'm like, oh, okay, like what are the little bugs they have? First bug, issues with starting the game. I'm like, second bug, issues recording results for the game. Third issue, issues with connectivity to the game. Like, bro, what did you guys do for 2 years? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. No, it shambles, mate.
Yeah, so
I feel bad because like making a football game must be a nightmare. But the problem here is like, I mean, you showed the tweet of the guy, the game will do the talking. And then,
yeah.
they start saying, we're taking a year out to come back swinging. It's like, just don't say those things then, it's just comedy. You're just delaying an inevitable downfall. And that's where the banter comes out, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend I could code a better game. I don't know how to code a game. Like, it must be a nightmare, but still, all these guys, they come out with such big statements. It's like, why don't set yourself up for that? Just don't say anything.
Don't say anything. Yeah, what are you doing? But a lot of these guys are built different, quite literally. Like they're not thinking on the same wavelength we're thinking. Because when we ever try to like rationalize these things that happen, we're assuming that the other person has some sort of understanding of logic or maybe like morality. When in reality is a lot of them, I mean, they really don't. Like some of the especially bigger FIFA content creators, like, why would he do this? It's like, dude, he would do this because he just cares about money. Like, you can't see it that way because you're not like that. But like, that's literally as single-minded as it gets. Like, he's not thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But Konami's an interesting one. Konami's very interesting because now what they're doing apparently is they're selling all their IPs to other development studios, and they're just allowing studios to like work with the name and the brand. So like, Metal Gear Solid is going to be sold or licensed to a studio that's going to work on the game. Konami's going to have no involvement in it. Like, their development team's not going to have any involvement, and they're going to release the game kind of as a publisher almost. So I don't know.
Did you see that? Did you see that FIFA are thinking of changing the name?
No.
It's not going to be called
Yeah.
FIFA. Yeah, that's a thing at the moment.
To what?
EA Sports are considering changing the name. I don't think that's I don't know, Stallion. Is there any info on that? I don't think they know
No,
what.
it's just I think all I've seen so far is that it's probably just to save money, because it might just not be worth it being called FIFA at this point. It's just such a big beast. They probably feel like, yeah, just call it Ultimate Team. We'll keep the rights to the players, but we won't call it FIFA or something. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, what is that? Pennies on the dollar? Like, is the name FIFA really going to be the one, like, that's selling point? You're going to have to still buy licenses for hundreds and hundreds of players and teams. Like, how
it
much?
must be pretty expensive. I don't know the. Yeah, I have no idea what the sums for the cost of calling it FIFA is.
No, I don't either. But I imagine it's a big cost. I imagine it is a big cost. But I mean, they make a lot of money, so unless FIFA sees the money they make and drives it up every year. You know what I mean? So,
have you guys heard of anything about the new football games? There was another one, I forgot what it was called, that's in the works.
There's UFL, and then Goals is like
UFL.
a long time ago.
which is the one that Kurt's working on, or part of, or
Goals.
something? Goals. Yeah.
Yeah.
UFL.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is you're competing with such a beast. Like, the EA Sports can afford to pay FIFA for the license for FIFA. I mean, that alone tells you, you know what I mean? So it's going to be so hard for another game to catch it.
I haven't actually seen this. The new one, UFL reveal trailer. Have you guys seen it?
I've not seen the trailer.
Yeah,
or...
there's no gameplay. There's no gameplay.
It's just a
like,
shit trailer. I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean, as far when I checked, it was like a stadium or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen this. And everyone got quite hyped about it on Twitter, but, like, nothing really happens. Like, I feel like anyone could just make it.
Yeah, what is this?
It's all cinematic. Like, it doesn't show anything, does it?
Wasn't this like similar to the PES trailer?
Why is it a West Ham stadium as well?
Oh, stop that. Stop that.
They're a
right
partner,
now.
I think.
Come on, you
They're
irons.
partnered.
We'll
Are they?
allow it.
Yeah.
What were the other videos? This is not footage then, right? What is this shit? 'Cause this has like, this
This
got
is
bombed.
clickbait. Yeah, clickbait. You got baited.
Oh, what is this though? It looks so weird. Is this PES?
Probably just like PES from like 2016 or something.
Dude, I
Judging
don't
by
know
that
what
Dortmund
is.
kit.
This is
Look
PES,
at that
right?
dribble.
I think it's
It
Something-
looks like that. Look at how the ball's moving, man.
It looks so weird, right? Am I tripping or
it.
comments are disabled? I think on this one. Yeah. Oh no, they're not. Oh, it's in Spanish. SOS.
Oh, here he goes, reading in Spanish.
Yeah.
Flexing.
Someone said Pez, the third comment.
Okay, fair enough. Anyways, yeah. So, how are we? Are we optimistic on the future of football video games, boys? How are we feeling? Burnout? No.
Who knows? I think they'll just always be there, like an ever present. Like I said though, I don't think these other games will really rival it. I hope they do, but I just think it's like, they got too much ground to make up.
What's that new one called? What was the one that Kurt's working on, Stallion? What's that called?
Goals.
Goals.
That
thing
has
is,
nothing, right?
I mean, they're building the team now. I think, they just announced the beginning of the company being built. So it's like what, 3 years, 4 years. The one UFL, I think they were saying that it started development in 2016 or 17. So that's a lot closer to being out. But again, they're playing it safe, and I guess they dip their toes in to see initial hype, and they're not giving an ETA to not put pressure on themselves. But for me, these games, like, they're gonna have to have some amazing gameplay, and that would be enough to make me switch, right? But the problem we have here, and I tweeted this earlier, it's just like people are just not even playing foot, man. They're just addicted to packs.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like I tweeted this. I was finding it ironic how this is supposedly the best FIFA of all time, one of the best in years, but everyone is like screaming excited that you can get rewards and packs and picks by rage quitting all your games and game modes, which means if you have a 20 games to play in a week and for rewards, if you just rage quit all of them and play 0 minutes, you will get packs, and everyone was excited. And I'm like, I thought you loved this game. What's going on? So you just love the picks, and that's a dangerous thing, because if they're there for the packs and stuff, like, it's gonna take some special I don't even know, gameplay to make them switch.
But you know that's the case, man. You know that like what gets the most views for Ultimate Team YouTubers. It's not really
share plays. People sit there and share play people's packs.
It's just packs. I don't even. You will have the odd video of race to Division 1s, like, and all that, and random things. I don't really watch too much Ultimate Team content, but like if you were to table up like the pack views and then the gameplay views at the end of the year on foot, I mean, I would be very confident that the pack views would be like 20 times, 30 times the gameplay, at least, maybe more. Like, it's all to do with, I packed this, I packed that, I packed him, so.
Let me look at a guy like Castro. Is he still getting stupid numbers? Probably. Right? That probably wasn't changed. Yeah, 400,000, 300,000, 600,000. Just on.
But what's his content? Is it series based, or is it gameplay?
We got Hero Pele, 10 guaranteed OTW packs. And then he did a present and past Manchester United video, which got like half the view. Well, no, I got like 150,000 less. I played Alonso Davies. I mean, yeah.
That shows you.
Yeah,
you could literally just take someone like Castro as a case study, really, because he's the biggest as well. You could take like him as the case study. You could break down his content and see that the pack stuff is the stuff it's spot on from Stallion. That's the addiction. That's what keeps people. That's what makes money for Ultimate Team, for FIFA, obviously. So, or EA Sports. So yeah. The gameplay, it almost isn't as important. Yeah.
They would need something like what, like an NBA Jam type. It would be very like arcadey, because NBA Jam does not require, let's say, a lot of development compared to, let's say, a AAA game. But something really addicting in the gameplay, because like NBA Jam was so fun when you were a kid, right? Something on that spectrum, like PES levels of arcadiness, that is just like, it doesn't matter about the licenses, the packs, it's just that fun.
Yeah, 100%. I think
how
they
hard
have
is that
to go
to
down
do?
that route. Like they'd have to. Like, I know a bit of experience with like NBA 2K, like my player. The only thing that I could see rivaling it, which it would have to be done amazing, would be like if they did have a proper my player experience where you create your pro, you're playing like you have like I know in NBA you have like you can walk around, you can get your hair cut, you can do all those sort of role play things. If a game came out with something based around a player you created, they had proper Volta like street football, they had 5-a-side, they had 3-a-side. If something came out like that, maybe, but I mean, I think EA Sports monopolized this Ultimate Team concept. And I've said before, Ultimate Team is a brilliant idea. From a business point of view and from a gaming point of view, like you're creating your ultimate, like it makes perfect sense. So no one's going to rival that unless they do something completely the other direction that takes people by surprise.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this because, like, all right, that's enough FIFA talk, I guess. We can talk about the future of content. JC, did you win that penalty kick shootout? I can't remember what you said. You missed a penalty?
Oh my goodness! I was in a Will and E video with Chris and D. Yeah. No.
Is that out?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But it probably will be by the time this comes out.
Let's go. Yeah, this will be next Friday. This will come out next Friday.
Yeah, pain, mate, pain. We did a penalty shootout. I think I came second because it was against Chris MD, and it was like 5 other YouTubers. I was doing really well, and then do you know what I sort of lost. Instead of doing what I wanted to do, which I put like 4 penalties in a row bottom left. That's what I do when I play football. I put every penalty bottom left. I was
goalkeepers in your league right now, or like
yeah, I know, yeah. But it doesn't matter if you put it there hard enough. Like it's fine. And I decided to Harry Maguire it from the Euros, so I stepped up and banged it. I was going for the top corner, but I put it down the middle, and it was actually like quite a good pen. But because it was an amateur keeper.
You didn't move,
like,
yeah.
The keeper, if it was, I'd stand by. If it was a Premier League keeper, it would have had a bigger chance of going in because they commit to a side and dive. Yeah. Whereas, like this keeper was one of them, which was like just wait for you to shoot and then so it like went straight down the middle there. Pain, 10 grand, mate, for a penalty.
No.
Yeah.
£10. That's like 40,000 Canadian. Jesus Christ! You could buy a small village here.
Yeah, it was not. It's depressing.
We also talked a little bit about the future of experimenting with content. Any thoughts about where you're moving to next or exploring other options? I know Stallion probably is not, but
yeah, no, for me it's difficult, man. I just I enjoy what I do in my little niche on pro clubs, trying to grow it as big as I can. But I would love to create football content. A lot of these guys have started doing this now. Like a lot of people I like, Sharky, James Allcott, Rory Jennings. Might not be names you're familiar with. They're all like UK YouTubers around 100k that just talk football and talk sport. And yeah, I would love to be able to launch a second channel and be able to talk real football and do all these things. So we'll see where that goes. I've had a few opportunities coming up, hopefully as well.
Yeah, what's the roadblock in that? What's the biggest challenge? I guess?
There isn't. I want to grow the Pro Clubs channel a little bit bigger so that when I launch this channel, you can kind of everyone come over and sub and you might get a couple thousand straight away. You know what I mean? Like I want that initial push. And I'm focused on the launch of FIFA. Like I got to focus on that for a little bit, at least until the end of the year or something. And then look in the new year to do that. That's sort of the goals.
Are your guys still making content like Johnny P and the other guys?
Johnny P, I think he does some TikTok stuff. Yeah, I think he does some stuff. He's at uni at the moment last year. So yeah, he does
no commitment from him. Damn it, drop out of school. Work for John. Start working for the fucking channel. Start caring, all right? God damn it.
Yeah, but some of them aren't interested. Like one of the guys I play with, he's amazing at the game. He's gone 30-0 before. He's the best pro clubs any in the world, but I've told him to stream loads. He just not into it. So no, not really.
That's fair. Stallion?
Short term, I'm the same. Like in the short term, I'm kind of forced to push out as much FIFA stuff as possible, especially to see if I can because like the channel is it's okay, but it needs to be a lot bigger if I want to continue this long term. And honestly, I love a concept of a football video game and just trying to be as good as possible and like getting the team better. And so it's like whether it's FIFA or other games, whatever they end up doing, I would always like to make like football content or FIFA or like football video game related content because I enjoy it. But on the other side, it'd be cool if that was like mixed in with other stuff. Like in an ideal world, I maybe do like a once or twice a week videos on YouTube for gaming, and then maybe I do other stuff on the side, right? That'd be like amazing. Like imagine getting to the point where you upload 2 decent quality like story type videos documenting whatever you're doing on a football video game, and you have so many people invested that there's like hundreds of thousands of views. That'd be amazing for me, and then that would give me time to do other stuff too. Rather than right now, I'm just like, all right, it's time. It's like now or never. I'm just trying to pump out daily stuff. It's a grind. I mean, it makes you wonder, because once you have one YouTube channel, it's like everyone has multiple interests. Of course, I would love to make other types of YouTube content, but I wouldn't know how. I have had some ideas in the past, but it's really difficult. It's really difficult because people might want to watch me playing football or FIFA for whatever reason, but who's there to say that they will watch if I make football related content or something else? You never know. It's really difficult. So for sure, like well, even though the game's like ass, I'm not sitting here thinking I never want to make YouTube videos again. It's just like the quantity could change, and we'll see. Like I have no idea at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
But now that you're doing it full time, there's a very, like, now that you've successfully transitioned to full time and you can make somewhat of a living, maybe not the most comfortable yet that you wanted, let's say, or that you're, striving to, but
yeah.
now it's a very different thing than it was before, because before it was like, okay, I'm just trying to get to a point where I have an audience that, like, there's return on the initial investment of my time. There's progress. There's something that makes me see that I should keep doing this. The next step is now, okay, this is a career path, whether that's a career path in the foot space, if everything goes well, great. If I do this for 30, 40 years, I don't know if many have done, but whatever, let's say it works out. But now you have to think about, like, okay, like if it doesn't, I also have to have these like skill sets that I'm kind of trying to add on to, how to be a thumbnail editor, how to be like a video editor, how to like grow on other social medias. Like you're kind of building a resume around something that you have somewhat successfully been doing, right?
Right. I think there's a lot of things, even at my level, and I'm doing this for a lot less than JCC. JCC probably has even more like skill sets. I'm sure he knows his way around other editing programs and
basic
all that stuff.
Photoshop.
Yeah, basic Photoshop. But like, I feel like there's so much knowledge about this niche.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This niche world of FIFA and football video games, sports video games in general, and I have it to the point where, when Vieri, ex-footballer, started his org, they picked me up as an ambassador. So that has led to things that I've done behind the scenes, and that's made, for a certain period of time, it made some revenue streams differently, and now it's on hold just because I put it on hold. Like they would love to have me do other things behind the scenes. So it's like it's led to other job opportunities. And I know there's specific knowledge that I've acquired that's niche. I'm like, there's a gap in between what I know how to do, what I have, and what could, make me a living other than what I'm already doing. I can't connect it right now, but it's there. There's people who found me and they want me to make more stuff, but I'm the one saying not right now because the state of the game right now is so bad that I need to focus just on myself.
Do you feel like you've maxed out though? Do you feel like you've maxed out in the niche or no? Because at a certain point, like this game inside and out, and your own content, I would say inside and out. Maybe, okay, slightly better editing skills, sure, or slightly better like thumbnails, sure. But now we're approaching like the point where I think you've kind of close to mastered that craft. Do you think like you want to continue going down like perfecting that or adding additional skill sets to that?
The only thing left to try at this point is just efficiency and like putting out content, which is why I said like this was like kind of like the last hurrah. If I put out daily content or like 5 or 6 times a week, which is unparalleled for my channel, okay, and that doesn't severely impact something, then it's like, okay, fuck this shit, you know what I mean? But like, this is like the last thing, and then I can say, yeah, okay, I've maxed it out, and unless I start doing the share plays and all this and that and adapt and fake my happiness or whatever, and not because I'm doing things that I want to do. That's why I can keep going,
Yeah, for sure.
I make videos that I would want to watch, which isn't a share play pack opening video. It's me trying to do an RTG storytelling type of experience. And I'm trying to see if I can still make it work the same way Danny Aarons found his amazing niche. #Harry does his gameplay challenges. If I can't do it and I've tried everything, it is what it is. I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine. I'd rather fail but knowing I did what I wanted to do. I don't want to do share play packs or whatever. Like, it doesn't interest me. I don't want to be a FIFA YouTuber for the sake of that. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I guess same question for JCC, or a similar question. How do you feel about that?
How would I feel about what specifically?
Yeah, like building on your resume of skill sets, because I've seen your videos.
Yeah.
Your videos are highly, edited. They're really well. You've also figured out how to get sponsorship deals and stuff. So I think maybe that's another thing Stallion could work on. But for you, what do you see next?
Yeah. I mean, the editing stuff, I always appreciate when people say that, because I never really saw myself as a good editor, and I'm starting to get a lot of people say that the stuff's edited good. Who does it? And I'm like, well, it's me. And so I nearly actually I nearly had a deal with an editor, which I was looking forward to, because I'd like to have an editor so it opens up more doors. But yeah, I mean, where I'm at, in the space I'm at, lucky enough to live in London, and it's just the best place for UK YouTube to live,
100%.
obviously, and like networking, and like I'm becoming friends and making videos on these other big channels, and that opens doors. And even if it is silly things like missing a penalty, you're there for a whole morning with these guys, you realize you get on with them or you don't get on with them, which has happened, and you're like, okay, and you get other opportunities that come from that. And I've got things potentially lined up on, like, talk shows, on YouTube talk shows and stuff, like YouTube sports shows, that I'm sure everyone listening will be familiar with, that hopefully comes to fruition. It might not. You get a million disappointments, but yeah, the sponsorships and the stuff is great for me. I've worked with a lot of good brands, KFC, Coca-Cola, G Fuel for a little bit, but I wasn't too sure about that. LG and all these sort of things, that they open so many doors, which is great. And my ultimate goal, like what I would love to do, or something, and that might change, would be like I look at other people's career paths, like Chunks, if you know UK Chunks.
Yeah, of course.
Not really come from the FIFA scene at all, but like it's sort of the way he will film videos and stuff for these brands with companies. I think I'd be good at that. I think I'd be good at like going and doing football challenges with like footballers. I live in the right place to do it, obviously, but
kind of like Copa 90 videos back in the day, right? They had
yeah. I like that. I like that stuff. I like the presenting side of things. I think I'm a people person. I get on with most people, and like I think I would make people like feel comfortable. Like footballers, they meet you, and that's what I think Chunks does so well. Is like they just instantly let their guard down, because he's like chilled. He's not like there. But I'm not sitting here saying I want to be Chunks or I want to do that. But it's I take inspiration from people like that, and I sort of just sit back, and wherever this goes, it goes. Keep growing the pro clubs thing. It's I never. Well, that's just like, I always knew I could take it as far as I can, and I want to just continue to take it and keep taking it. And I'll probably always be that pro clubs guy that people go, he's the pro clubs guy. But it'd be nice to do other things and just see what opportunities can come out of it.
I mean, people still look at KS. Some people still think KSI is the FIFA guy, and it's like, bro.
Yeah. And then I'm there at Reading watching him on a festival.
Yeah, like, this guy's rapping with Stormzy or some shit, or I don't know.
It's crazy. He's crazy, man. Yeah. No, he's killing it. So yeah, no, it's exciting.
I wanted to say, when you said about the editing, and I'm not just saying this because you're here, but when I first, and this was before I was looking at YouTube as like a potential career, when I was first making my videos, just showing what I didn't like about the game, it was around the time when you were close to 100K, JCC, and I came across some of your videos, and I was like, damn, those were the videos that made me think, yep, I can do what I do, but make it flow as well as your videos did, and like how well voiced over and edited they were. And you were one of the first guys that I looked, and I was like, yeah, I gotta up the quality a lot. A lot.
But I appreciate that, but that's the game, man. You have to I watch people like all the time and learn off of them. And I really appreciate that. I do, because I never saw myself as a good editor, like I said, never did. But a lot of people have been saying, "Oh no, your stuff's good, but there's always I mean, it's things that I started to do as well, which might help you as well. I'll just watch a video like 3 times through and actually see like what the bits are in it of other creators that I like and stuff. Like I never really used to do that, and I'll just like really like slowly watch the video like a coffee and be like, okay, that bit was funny, but why was it funny? And it's small things that I'm learning all the time. So
very subtle things, right? Like very subtle things, like slight zoom in, like subtle things that you don't even think about. That's why that's good edits, because if you don't think about it, that means it's edited pretty well.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I learned from people like Danny Aaron's edits. There's a guy at the moment blowing up called like Noah, and I watch his stuff. It's gone everywhere. He's on like millions of views on FIFA videos. He's come out of nowhere, to me at least. And it's like cutting, like if Haaland's running in on goal, he will just cut the whole way. So it's just his speaking. So he'll be there speaking like, oh, I'm in. And instead of having a gap of going, oh, I'm in, oh, nearly, that gap gets taken out. And it becomes the flow.
Exactly.
It depends what style you want. Like for your videos breaking down why the gameplay's terrible, you might not want it to be like, hey guys, you might not want it to be that quick.
Yeah.
But for me with clubs, like sometimes you want it to run that quick. And it's just picking up things like that. And I go, oh, and I started to do that in clubs, and I see people say things about, and I'm like, okay, that works. So yeah, appreciate
heard of
that.
this guy. Interesting.
He came out of nowhere with FIFA videos, and he's getting like 1 million a video now. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
And it's all meme content. The thumbnail's very similar to that one you mentioned earlier, Stallion. It's like a meme thumbnail of a stretched out player with like.
Who's this?
Noah.
His name's
FIFA.
like, just type in Noah. Noah's Noah 2, but you can type in Noah FIFA, you'll find his videos. Literally, his first couple years of videos are like Fortnite, random like meme content, and then all of a sudden now it's just like, it looks like it's just exclusive FIFA content.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, yeah. I see.
That's the craziest thing. How does someone go from like, that's the ultimate, like, he literally transitioned to a completely different thing, but he was so good at that editing that it carried over into FIFA, and he just grew an even bigger audience probably there.
And it's the 4-minute videos. So what he's doing so well with the 4-minute videos is his watch time will be nearly full every time. So obviously he's taking a hit on the AdSense and the earnings. Like if he had a 1.5 million view video that had mid-rolls on it, I mean, he'd be making much more money. But he's sort of sacrificing that to get that watch time to almost completion. And then the algorithm's just going, oh, we like you.
Yeah, there's so many
smart,
levels now. I mean, there's also a new level to this game now with stories and stuff, right? You can have like a 30-second video blow up out of nowhere. Stallion, have you had any? You posted some stories, right, or clips?
The shorts,
yeah, right.
On what? On YouTube?
Yeah,
I had a clips channel. It was, I have a clips channel that, and like, it's so stupid, but it's sad, man. Like, it's like my most viewed, because I was like, I'm not doing anything with these Twitch clips. Where do I just pump them out? Literally pumped them out. I had scheduled like 3 months ahead. Every day there was a clip coming out. So I was like, I didn't touch that channel. I go back and I look at it. There is a clip of me opening a player pick or some shit.
Yeah.
And
350K, bro. Just 3 months ago.
And it just gave me 300K views. I was like, this fucking game, man. Like,
yeah, that's so annoying.
I'm never putting that in my main channel. And then 350,000 people are like, damn, bro, nice player pick.
It's one of those weird things where you're kind of banging your head off the wall and you realize, oh, wait a minute, there's a door on the other side. Like you just have to go around. There's a door. You find another way to do something, and it's like you just didn't see it before. That's actually great. Like 350,000 on a 30-second clip. Like, bro, I probably could have gotten like a couple million on TikTok or some shit.
Yeah.
The objective of that is just to get people to my Twitch, really.
The objective should be just to learn. You know, you're learning something even in these little clips. You're getting better even at those potentially, right? But yeah,
right.
JC, is there anything else you want to talk about? We're at 1 hour and 5, but I remember kind of your idea, to be honest, with this pod, if I remember correctly. So anything you wanted to discuss?
I don't know, really. I mean, we've covered a lot of what we were speaking about privately, right?
Yeah. Any updates on loot boxes?
Not that I know. I don't know what's going on with the loot boxes system. I mean, that actually could fully circling back around to topics we spoke about earlier. If packs get regulated even more than they sort of have, which is not a lot, but obviously some countries have banned these Ultimate Team packs, that could be a big game changer, obviously, to let the other games come in, or because if you suddenly, I mean, I don't think it would go this far because I think money talks, but other countries have banned it. If the UK banned packs completely, that's massive.
Enormous.
Like I mean, what does Bateson do? What does Matt HD Gamer do? And I'm not even saying that as an insult. Like that's their, like they can't do that anymore, and that will change the whole game. And it's not just them two; they're just two of the biggest. It will change the whole FIFA.
It will change the whole ecosystem that is FIFA.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I've spoke for a while I to you privately and publicly in my videos. Like I don't like the system. I think it's time people who create content on specifically opening packs have some sort of, or show some degree of care towards their audience.
If no one else is gonna, at least you can do your fucking part. Put a disclaimer, fuck's sakes.
Yeah. I just think a disclaimer or something is at least the least you could do with it. But yeah.
There was sorry, I interrupted you. Was there anything else you wanted to say? Another topic?
No, I mean we spoke privately, didn't we, about the state of the FIFA scene and how much we question, like how much we want our names attached to it. And I know what I do is completely different to to packs and stuff. But I still have that moral thing of people, you know, every time I meet someone and if I'm like, I tell them what I do, the first thing they always say is like, what's your ultimate team? Oh, do you pack a lot of, oh, do you spend a lot on the game? No, and no, not really, but it's still that sort of association that I feel uncomfortable with. And that's not to sit here and be like saying, oh, Stallion, you make ultimate team content I hate. It's not that. It's just like, I just don't like the system at all. And for me personally, I question it. Even that I'm making clubs videos, I question like, oh god, like there's much worse jobs you can do. But you know, I pride myself in the sense of at least I make videos telling people of the dangers of it occasionally, and I don't touch it, and you know, that's it. But
what was the trigger though? There was a trigger that happened on Twitter that kind of led us down that conversation. It was someone said something stupid. It was something about like flexing their ultimate team. Do you remember what it was?
Oh yeah, the pros that put in like 1 million FIFA points and this and that.
But it's every FIFA.
That, no?
It's every FIFA launch. Every single FIFA launch, I go on my Twitter and I just see these like Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe teams within like
Stallion. Speaking of which,
2 weeks before the games come out, and I don't know. I just think it's just like
it's gross. It's gross. Yeah.
I mean, it's just. Do you know what it is? It's just I'm long in the tooth in this game. I've been doing it for so long. I've been making clubs videos, and I see it every single year, and it's the same shit. And it's just like it just bores me basically. But here we go again, like another year of this.
Stallion is one of those people, by the way, with the name.
Yes, but I didn't put points in. For the first time ever, I broke the game, and I got I had a free pack, obviously that I earned myself.
Aren't you a game changer, bro?
That's not a thing anymore, by the way.
It's not what they call it. We call something else.
The creative program or something.
The creator network or something.
Oh my, that's awful. That's so bad.
I'm not in that. They don't like me.
You gotta chill out like Stallion, JC. Come on, bro.
No, I got the game early. EA did obviously the early drops for people, not for me, but I just have a mole. And I got the game early, and they gave pro clubs to like 4 people.
Really?
No, 3 people. There was Zaro. There was people who specifically were playing pro clubs on it. They gave it to the VPG guy, who owns VPG, which is great. He's a lovely guy. They gave it to the VFL guy, but they're on different consoles. And then the other 2 were Zaro and his mate who works at EA. So there was 3 people who had early access or whatever for pro clubs. You need 4 people to play clubs. So like they had to go into drop-in games and just hope they matched each other and stuff, because you can't do 2v1. And so I had the game early. So the VPG guy, I had the game early. The VPG guy was like, "Oh, maybe we could set something up," but they refused to play with me. So I was just there, like, you can't play. Like, you could just get me in. I'm not allowed to make content on it or anything. It was very funny. I remember sending some voice notes to Nelly that probably shouldn't be publicly shared, but I was talking about just their club was open, and I was just really tempted to join it and be like, "What the fuck is up, guys?" Like coming on my. How's everybody doing in here? Like, are we ready to play? Just like silence.
That'd be comedy.
I mean, that's Stallion. I was thinking it because I was like, if I could find a way to get this in context and like to explain the story and put it in a video, it could do millions.
That would
be
be
so good, yeah.
Banger.
But I think they could ban me, so I was like, I probably shouldn't, because I literally wasn't allowed to upload anything until the day of release.
You and Stallion are in a unique position because both of you are kind of on the outskirts of EA's list. You're on the naughty list. You're both naughty boys, despite Stallion's status, let's say, as a whatever the new term is. He doesn't get, I don't think, as much love as he should for considering the kind of content he makes. 1 is quality, but 2 is also some of the best feedback content they get permanently, or like out of any content. That's some of the best feedback content they get. And I know that just because he doesn't probably buy packs, he's never going to be in that, top tier conversation. Just like you have the YouTube, whatever, the premium ad list, you guys aren't going to be on the EA Sports, good boy list. And there's no way around that unless you, right?
Of course.
No, I wish it wasn't so, but like at the end of the day, what are you going to do? I just because like people have to understand, like, there's an order of things. I make the video to hopefully have a game that I like, and people think I make the video because I found a way to make money off it. Like, who in their right mind thinks I'm going to shit on, give feedback and make money on the game? Like, it doesn't work like that, but that's what it is. And and at the end of the day, like, I guess like you'd be offended, right? If someone told you the game you made, you don't like it
Yeah.
in a way. But I mean, what can I do? It is what it is.
You gotta have some thick skin, god damn it. Like, how are you not gonna be able to take criticism? I remember that one year that, like, where the criticism was extremely valid. There was serious problems with the game, and these guys could just not handle it. It's like, dude, people
You know
are
what it
paying
is?
for this.
It might be a case of like you get someone actually saying something stupid, and then from then on, that's it. You're on edge the whole time.
Yeah.
And every little word just triggers you. So I don't know. I can't imagine what it's like developing that game, but yeah.
Boys, we wrap it up. I think we're an hour and 15. For me, the conversation flew by. Always a fun time, even though I'm not as much involved in the FIFA scene. JC, where can people find you? What are you doing nowadays?
Just making the pro club stuff. Yeah, JCC.
Give me some
on
energy,
YouTube, mate.
baby. What is this? This is not.
I had a nice chat. I'm now nice. I'm nice and relaxed, man. I'm like chilling. I'm slumped in the chair.
Sounds
No, mate, JCC,
making
you
pro
know,
clubs content.
Pro clubs content for the 12th year running. Maybe stop by the channel. I'll open some packs if you ask nicely.
Stallion, my guy. Tell people where they can find that nice thumbnail of your most disliked video.
Yeah. Come comment and shit on my thumbnails. Just type Italian Stallion FIFA on YouTube and just have a look. Tell me what you think and look at the evolution of my thumbnails.
Oh yeah, go
and
far
steady.
back. Yeah, true. That's a good point. Go really far back because they got so bad. Like they were so bad in the past.
I actually have had some people offer like, yo, you want me to make your thumbnails for you? And I'm like, I don't know. We'll see.
Beautiful. All right, boys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.